Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my July TBR. The TBR jar is going to be helping me pick out my reads again for the month. I've done this every single month so far this year and I'm still having the best time with this. It's one of my favorite videos to film every month and I feel like it's one of y'all's favorite videos to watch as well. I'm filming this video a little bit early because I'm going to the beach the last day of June. So I wanted to have my TBR and my reads planned out before that trip so I can know what to pack with me. I'm still making my way through my June TBR, but I've done a really good job so far at sticking to that for the month. I definitely want to continue that into the month of July. You might be able to see there are quite a few new additions to the TBR cart. I did a whole summer book haul that should be up on my channel. If you want to see all the new books that I got that are now added to the cart, definitely check out that video. But the theme for the month is definitely going to be all the summer books. I want all the beach reads, all the pool reads. I want to get as much summer reading in as I can while it's still summer, and I feel like July is peak summer month. So very excited to plan out this month of reading with you guys. With that, let's jump right into pulling prompts. I'm gonna pull 8 prompts again today. I feel like that worked pretty well for this past month. Okay, first prompt, a book with a number in the title. I have my summer reads kind of all up top. I don't really see anything on this side, so I'm gonna flip it around. We do have the 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston, but she has a new book coming out this week. And I don't know, this book kind of gives me fall vibes. It takes place in New York, and for some reason it just feels like a fall book to me. So I'm kind of saving it for that time of year. Whereas her book coming out this week, A Novel Love Story, gives me summer vibes. So I'm gonna read that one during the summer. And I kind of want to save this one for later. The Girl in 6E is like a thriller horror novel, which I'm really not in the mood for that. We do have this book called 2 Doors Away, which I thrifted a while ago. I've never heard anyone talk about this one. It was kind of one that I just picked up on a whim because the cover was super cute, but I think it's just like a British rom-com. This could be an option. I kind of do like the idea of reading something that I've never heard anyone talk about. We'll keep this on the back burner. I wonder if I could bend the rules a little bit with this prompt and choose Heartstopper, because the technical title of this book is Heartstopper Volume 1, right? So wouldn't that count as like a number in the title? Let me look up on Goodreads what the other books are called, because if it's like each book has its own title name, but I'm pretty sure the titles are like Heartstopper Volume 1, Heartstopper Volume 2. So that would count as the name of the title, right? And having a number in the title? Yeah, okay, so the titles of the books in the series literally go Heartstopper Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. I kind of want to count that then. I feel like that counts as a number in the title. 2 Doors Away, I might save because I was more excited for Heartstopper. Heartstopper Volume 1 by Alice Oseman is a YA graphic novel. It's an MM romance and it gives me summer vibes because I feel like I'm just gonna read it so quickly. It looks so cute and I've heard that it's just adorable. I feel like it's gonna be the perfect little serotonin boost and a quick and easy read that I am wanting, and I definitely want to watch the show once I read the books. So I feel like I'm gonna read this in like one sitting. I cannot wait. Okay, prompt number 2. A book title that starts with the same letter as your first name. Okay, so a book that starts with the letter C. Confessions by Kane Minato. That's more of like a dark academia thriller though, so I kind of want to save that one for fall. Confess by Colleen Hoover. Check and Mate by Allie Hazelwood, which I got her newest release too, so I'm kind of wanting to focus on that and then pick up Check and Mate at a different time. Confess could work though, because I do feel like Coho's books are quick and easy reads, which is what I'm wanting during the summer. And this one's under 300 pages, or just at. I can't really remember the premise of this book, but I think it's about this couple and one of the guys is an artist who makes art out of people's secrets. Like they send in their secrets and he somehow turns them into art. It could be interesting. I think they did adapt this into a show too. So I will give this one a try since Confess starts with the same letter as my name. Prompt number 3. A 5-star prediction. Happy Place I think will be a 5-star, but I'm kind of saving this one for a trip I'm going on in August. We could come back to it though. There's a chance I could bring it with me on my beach trip in July. Magnolia Park's Into the Dark is a 5-star prediction. And I actually have been thinking about getting back into this series recently because I made a playlist for BJ and Magnolia, and I was actually listening to it last night and I was like, wow, this just really hits. These characters are everything. But I am sad to finish out Magnolia and BJ's story, but this is an option. I wouldn't mind getting back into the Magnolia Parks universe. I think that's the only 5-star prediction on this side. This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. I talked about this in my most recent summer book haul because I just hauled this one. I don't know why, but I kind of have a feeling this could maybe be a 5-star. I think because if you watch my June TBR, Meet Me at the Lake is one of the books I chose for that video. And I went into that with the lowest of expectations because I heard such negative reviews. I was almost considering just unhauling it, but I was pleasantly surprised by it. I didn't absolutely love it, but I did really, really like it. And I was reminded of how much I love Carly Fortune's writing, and this book has been getting good reviews. I feel like it doesn't have a trope in it that she tends to do that a lot of people don't like, myself included. I don't know, I just have a feeling about this one. I think I am gonna go with it because I literally said in my summer book haul when I hauled this that I had a feeling this could be a 5-star. So definitely want to get back into the Magnolia Parks universe at some point, but I'm gonna go with this one for now because it just screams summer. Definitely gonna bring this with me on my beach trip as well. Prompt number 4, the halfway mark. A book you started but didn't finish. Okay. I actually did start Hotel Nantucket by Ellen Hildebrand last summer, and then I just didn't finish it before summer was up, so I was like, I'm gonna save it for this summer. And I actually talked about in my June TBR video how this is one of the books I kind of want to bring with me on my beach trip, so definitely a good option. I don't think there's too many others on the cart that I started and didn't finish. The House on the Cerulean Sea actually is one that I started I think 2 years ago. I read it one spring and just got halfway through, and I don't think I ever picked it back up, so it was a soft DNF. I would like to get back to it at some point, but I don't think I'm feeling it right now, especially not as much as Hotel Nantucket for summer. Happy Place, I did kind of start. I read like the first chapter on my trip that I took last summer and never picked it back up. But again, kind of want to save this for a trip I'm going on in August. So I think the Hotel Nantucket by Ellen Hildebrand is the perfect pick for this prompt and to bring with me on my beach trip. I've heard this one described as being the book version of the show White Lotus, which is one of my favorite shows ever. I think it's all these like eclectic guests coming together and a mystery happening at this hotel. So I cannot wait to read this one. This is going to be my first Ellen Hildebrand book. I'm excited because I've heard she's the queen of the beach read. Prompt 5, a book with a person on the cover. So many of these rom-coms have cartoon people on the cover, so I'm just going to pick the one that I think I'm the most excited for. So these 3 were all ones I was so excited for summer, and they all have people on the cover. Same Time Next Summer by Annabelle Monaghan, Float by Kate Marchant, and then Alex Approximately by Jen Bennett. These were all books that I hauled recently as well in my summer haul, and I'm excited for all of them. It's just kind of a matter of what book do I want to read the most for this prompt, and if I think I'll pull a prompt that will allow me to pick the ones that I don't select, because I really want to get to all of these. Float and Alex Approximately are both YA, whereas Same Time Next Summer is an adult romance. I have heard really good things about Annabelle Monaghan's newest release that came out this past month, so I would really like to read this one and then dive into her latest release. Float, I feel like it's gonna be cute. I don't know if it's gonna be like a new favorite, but I think it will be perfect for summer and one I could binge. Alex Approximately, the premise sounds so fun. It has that trope of talking to someone anonymously online and then meeting in real life, but they don't know it's the same person as who they're talking to online. I think I've narrowed it down between Alex Approximately and Same Time Next Summer. Same Time Next Summer I think is shorter. It's under 300 pages. Alex Approximately is a little bit chunkier. Closer to 400 pages. It's like in the 390s. I feel like it will read really quickly though, since it is YA, and it kind of has a mixed media aspect to the book with them chatting online, which I love. I think out of those 2, I'm gonna go with Same Time Next Summer by Annabelle Monaghan, just because the setting is at a beach and this would be a good one to bring on my beach trip. I know this is a second chance romance where our main character is engaged and she's going to tour a wedding venue located near her family's beach house, and then she runs into her ex when she gets there. So I loved Nora Goes Off Script by Annabelle Monaghan, so I'm hoping to love this one just as much, if not more. Prompt number 6. A book that's dual POV. Okay, so I'm gonna have to flip through a few to figure this one out. Let's just go for the ones I was deciding between last time. Alex Approximately. I don't think this one is dual POV. It doesn't have headers or anything that give different characters names, so I think it's only from the girl's point of view. I think Float is the same way because again, there's no headers with characters' names, and I think it's just told from the girl's point of view. I'm going to laugh if Same Time Next Summer was dual POV, but I don't think it is. I just think it's past and present timelines because Nora Goes Off Script wasn't dual POV. Wait a minute. It has characters' names on the header. I think this one is dual POV. Are you kidding me? We love when that happens. Heartbones by Colleen Hoover is one I wanted to read for the summer. Usually her books aren't dual POV though, I don't think, from what I can remember. It's been so long since I read a Coho book. But I've heard this one described as Outer Banks, which sounds like the best summer vibes, but no, this one is not dual POV. Maybe in Another Life, I think it's dual timeline, but I don't think it's dual POV. Yeah. Riley Sager's released from last year, the only one left. Usually his books aren't dual POV. A lot of thrillers aren't, I don't think. That one doesn't seem like it is. We could go back to Magnolia Parks because this is going to be told from Magnolia and BJ's perspectives. That's an option, but I don't know. I was kind of hoping to use that prompt for one of these YA rom-coms. I'm going to tackle Into the Dark in July, or at least attempt to. I'm missing this world and I would like to jump back into it, but I'm just so sad for Magnolia and BJ's story to be over because I don't want it to end. I have just fallen in love with these characters so much and their story, and I know this book is going to be filled with so much pain and I'm gonna have to prepare myself for it, but like I said, I love them so much, so I do think I'm ready. And this book is dual POV. As much as I would have liked to fulfill this prompt with a fun cutesy summary book, it's just not in the cards, so Into the Dark it will be, and I do think this will be a 5-star read for me. 2 more prompts to go, but if I'm not able to get more summer rom-coms added to the TBR, I might bump up the number of prompts I pull to 10. We'll see. Free pick. Perfect. We love that. Okay. So I feel like I want to jump back to the 2 YA rom-coms. Alex Approximately looks so fun because every header of each chapter has a quote from a movie. Kind of reminds me of Better Than the Movies. And that sounds really fun for the summertime. Float is an interesting one because I know it started out as like a Wattpad novel, and I heard that it's not the best to start, but it does get better the more you read. This is such a hard decision because I do really want to read both in July. I keep going back and forth because when I was flipping through this one, it literally had a scene of her like swimming in the ocean, and then when I was flipping through this one, it had a scene of them on the boardwalk, so both give very summer energy. Okay, I'm gonna go with Alex Approximately. Literally could not decide. I don't know why I was acting like that was the hardest decision of my life, but this one sounds really cute. I know it's following these 2 people talking online anonymously, like I said, and then our main girl moves to California one summer to stay with her dad. She ends up getting a summer job, and then I think one of the guys she works with is also the guy she's talking to online, but again, they don't know each other as the person that they're talking to. So love that trope. I've heard good things about this one, and I feel like it's gonna be so good for the summer. Okay, last prompt. A book more than 5 years old. Okay, well, is Float more than 5 years old? 2022. Nope. Heartbones I'm pretty sure is. I know this cover has been updated quite a few times, so I think it's a bit older. 2020. Okay, so that would make it 4 years old, not quite. And then I know Riley Sager, this is his book that came out last year. Maybe In Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid is from her backlist. And I don't know if it's more than 5 years old. 2015. Could be an option. I don't think this is necessarily the most summery book, but it takes place in LA and I love the concept of it. It's about our main character who ends up moving to LA. She's out with her best friend one night when they run into her ex-boyfriend. And then from there, it flips every other chapter showing both scenarios. One, if she went home with the ex-boyfriend, the other if she went home with the best friend. So I love that concept. I love exploring different scenarios and different life paths and how things could play out in different situations. That's an option. The back of the book actually says name named a best book of the summer by Glamour, Good Housekeeping, USA Today, Cosmopolitan, and Pop Sugar. Okay, so maybe it is more summery than I was thinking, but I'm gonna see if there's any other options. I really don't think there are. I feel like all the other books I was interested in are newer releases. So I'm gonna go with Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Again, the concept sounds super cool. I love the idea of exploring potential different life outcomes and decisions. So I am excited to read this one, and now I'm even more excited that the back is saying it's a good book for summer. So good one for this prompt. I kind of want to pull 2 more prompts because there's still some books on this cart that I was really hoping to add to my TBR this month. So let's bump it up to 10 and pull 2 more prompts. I feel like with my vacation too, I'm gonna have a little bit more free time to read. A book you wanted to read but didn't get to in 2023. The Spanish Love Deception is one of those OG book talk books. I feel like I've wanted to read it for the past few years and still didn't get to it. We could do The Only One Left by Riley Sager because this one did come out last year and I was wanting to read it last year. We could also do Heartbones for this one because, again, another one I wanted to read last summer. Float, I feel like Float wasn't really on my radar last summer. Maybe it was, but I definitely remember having these 2 on my TBR last summer. I'm kind of leaning towards The Only One Left because I don't have a thriller so far on the TBR, and I already have a coho book on the TBR, so I feel like that could be a good option. I love reading thrillers at the beach too because they're so easy to binge. So I am gonna go with The Only One Left by Riley Sager. This is another recent addition to the cart that I just hauled for the summer. This book is following this older woman who was accused of murdering her entire family back in the day, and then she ends up having a few strokes and now she's unable to speak, so she communicates through this typewriter, and she ends up communicating with this woman who comes to be her caretaker at the house that she didn't murder her family. She wants to tell her life story, and it sounds very eerie and interesting. And again, I needed a thriller on this TBR, so I'm very excited for more Riley Sager. I feel like his books are so atmospheric too, so if this one is a good setting by the water, it'll be perfect for the summertime. Okay, last prompt. I feel like there's 2 books on here that I really wanted to have on the TBR, so I'm hoping this prompt will work for one of them. A book with flowers on the cover. Float, I don't think has flowers on the cover, unfortunately. Not in Love is Allie Hazelwood's latest release that I really wanted to get to, but no flowers. Heartbones, it has a windmill, but not a flower. I kind of wish I would have saved my free pick now. The Love Wager. Ooh, the Love Wager technically does have flowers on it. There's a little vase on her table. This could have worked for a dual POV book too, but it wasn't top of my list as books I wanted to have on the TBR this month. Powerless does have flowers on it technically. I don't know, I've heard mixed things on this. I want to read it to give it a try for myself, especially since the sequel comes out in July. Even the pages, like the chapter markers, are lined with flowers on them. That could be an option, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm in a fantasy mood for the summer. I'm having second thoughts about pulling 10 prompts now. I don't know, I really wanted Float to be on the TBR this month. It does not have flowers though. I can always still read it, even though it's not on my TBR. Okay, I'm adding Powerless by Lauren Roberts to the TBR, but no guarantees that I'm gonna read it because I feel like fantasy is not a summer vibe for me, but we'll see. It might be nice to switch it up a little bit. I just added a thriller because I felt like there were so many romances already on the TBR. So it could be that I'm seeing everyone talk about book 2 and it might persuade me to want to pick this one up sooner or later depending on how people feel about the second book. We'll see. Either way, I need to give this a try for myself at some point. So the 10 books on my July TBR are Powerless by Lauren Roberts, The Only One Left by Riley Sager, Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid, Alex Approximately by Jen Bennett, Magnolia Park's Into the Dark by Jessa Hastings, Same Time Next Summer by Annabelle Monaghan, The Hotel Nantucket by Ellen Hildebrand, This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune, Confess by Colleen Hoover, and Heartstopper Volume 1 by Alice Oseman. So those are the 10 books on my July TBR. TBR. I'm so excited for another month of summer reading. I'm really excited to read at the beach. I definitely want to do some kind of reading vlog while I'm there, so stay tuned for that. Let me know what you guys are reading in July, if you read any of the books on my TBR, what your thoughts are on them. I would love to chat with you guys in the comments. If you're still liking the TBR jar helping me pick my reads, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you aren't already so that you don't miss out on any of my future book videos. And I'll see you guys so soon in the next one. Bye guys.